Still in shock over the death of a 21-year-old University of Southern California student. Samantha Josephson got into a car she thought was an Uber car. Her body was found a day later, and police arrested and charged 24-year-old Nathaniel Rowland with the crime. During her funeral, her family urged Uber and Lyft to provide safeguards so this doesn't happen again. But is there anything legally that needs to be done? We bring in our Law Vegas Now expert, Eric Palacios. Eric, always good to have you here. Let's talk about this very sad case specifically. Does Uber bear any responsibility or liability in this case?
It depends. Here it seems like this girl got in the wrong car.
Yeah.
So Uber and Lyft, rideshare companies, they provide a lot of information. The make and model of the car, the name of the driver, a photo of the driver, and the license plate.
Yeah.
So before you get into the car, you should check all these things. Check the license plate, check the driver, make sure it is the car that you called, and then get in. The fact that you get into a car that before checking this information, it's hard to hold a company responsible unless you can prove they were negligent or they could have done something to prevent this from happening. So
to be clear, this was not an Uber driver in this case, but what if an Uber driver did something to a passenger?
And that does happen with taxi companies, limo companies, and rideshare companies where an actual employee does something that is out of line or illegal. In this case, then, under the doctrine of respondent superior, the rideshare companies can be liable for the actions of their employees.
So let's say you check out the car, the license plate matches, the color, the make, you get in, it is the driver you're supposed to have, but you're just not comfortable with him or her. What should someone do?
Sometimes their actions can make you uncomfortable, what they say, what they do. You can ask them to stop. If they don't, you can ask them to pull over somewhere safe, get out, call the rideshare company and let them know what happened, report the incident. If you are afraid or feel threatened, you can call 911, let them know where you are, and ask them for assistance.
What other tips would you give people when it comes to using Lyft, Uber, any rideshare company?
Well, to be extra careful. Make sure you're getting in the right car. Once you're in, make sure you have the right driver. A lot of times it'll be the right car, but with a different driver. Yeah. They'll switch off with friends just to keep the meter running, kind of, and work the car 24 hours a day. So be sure that it's the correct driver, and if there's any hesitation, don't get in. Also nice is go with friends, don't go by yourself. And if you're hesitant, it's late at night, always a good idea to text the information to a loved one and say, hey, I'm getting in this car, I'll be out in 10, 15 minutes, I'll talk to you then.
Yeah.
Then if you don't call your friend, they can call you back, see how you're doing, and then report it if they think something happened.
Yeah, and ride sharing has become so popular now. This is bound to be something we're going to be talking about again and again, hopefully not to this tragic degree, but cases where maybe people argue the drivers aren't vetted enough. I mean, there's so many opportunities for things to go wrong now.
Yeah, no, these services are great, and they've helped bring down DUIs quite a bit. So all in all, it's a very positive thing. But like all things, there's always a downside, and we have to be careful.
All right, Eric Palacios, always good to have you here. Appreciate you dropping by. If you want more information, you can give Eric Palacios and Associates a call. The number's on your screen, 702-444-7777. You can also visit their website at ericpalacioslaw.com.